Well, it's finally here. It's the final day of the regular season as the Roseburg Indians take on the Grants Pass Cavemen in a doubleheader, with the Indians having an opportunity to clinch the Southwest Conference title outright. Hello and welcome to Champion Car Wash Field, Bill Gray Legion Stadium. Nat Jarecki happy with you this afternoon as the Indians are now 16-7 on the season, 11-5 in league play, taking on Grants Pass, who's now 12-9 on the season, 9-7 in league play. These two teams met on April 22nd. It was a 13-6 win for Roseburg, a big sixth inning for the Tribe. After leading 2-0 early, it was Grants Pass taking the lead in the bottom of the fifth inning, 3-2. Then Roseburg responded with an 11-run inning in the top half of the sixth inning. They ended up hanging on and winning by a final score of 13-6 after Grants Pass scored 2 runs in the bottom of the sixth and 1 run in the bottom of the seventh. Getting things going a little bit earlier than scheduled because we do have Senior Day today. It is Senior Day. The Indians are honoring 5 seniors: Zeb Johnson, Luke Robbins, Caden Austin, Dane St. Clair, and Jake Johnson today. Those 5 seniors going to be honored before the game, and so we wanted to have that for the pregame coverage. We also talked with Coach Thompson ahead of this game, so we'll hopefully have time to play that interview as well. Great conversation with Coach Thompson as always. But the Indians, they're coming off a win against South Eugene on Tuesday, a run rule victory against the Axe, winning 13-3 thanks to a walk-off double by Dane St. Clair. I called it a triple on air. It looked like he got to third base maybe about the same time the runner came in and scored from first base. Either way, it's credited as a double. Nonetheless, a big day for the Indians at the plate. They had 13 total hits in 29 at-bats. Cal Robbins was the star, 4 for 4, 5 RBIs, 3 runs scored. He hit a home run. He hit a triple. And he had a couple of singles as well, finished a double shy of the cycle. Jake Johnson had 2 doubles in the effort, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Paxton Burke went 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored, 2 walks, 2 RBIs. Dane St. Clair 2 for 4 with that double, 2 runs scored and 2 RBIs. I mean, it was just an offensive day at the plate for the Roseburg Indians. Every single batter that started for Roseburg reached base safely at least once. Now they turn their eyes to Grants Pass. The Cavemen, they are wrapping up their league play before having a doubleheader next week at South Salem on Wednesday. They are coming off a 3-2 win against North Bedford on Tuesday. They trailed 2-0 entering the bottom of the seventh. They scored 3 runs in the seventh, and 1 after Parker Roberts grounded the ball up the middle. And an overthrow by North's Dominic Daffron allowed the winning run to score from second base on Senior Day as the Cavemen celebrated, and Roseburg celebrated as well. It helped them get a little bit of separation in the Southwest Conference standings, and after North Medford lost both of their games against Willamette yesterday, now the Indians, they find themselves in sole possession of first place, just needing 1 win today to get that league title. Senior Day celebrations happening on the field right now. Let's go ahead and listen in.
Spending time at Douglas High School, first year varsity infielder and catcher. He also plays football for Roseburg. Heading to the College of the Siskiyous to play football to study criminal justice. Joining Luke on the field is Marina and Jeremiah Robbins and his brother Cal Robbins. Luke Robbins. Our next senior will be Caden Austin, second-year varsity infielder at second base. Also plays football for Roseburg. His college plans, he's heading to Valley City University to play football, majoring in fire science. Joining Caden on the field is Grandpa Andy. Caden Austin. Our next senior will be Dane St. Clair, third-year varsity outfielder and pitcher. Also plays football for Roseburg. College plans, he's hoping to go to junior college to play baseball, majoring in sports marketing. Joining Dane on the field is mom Kim Dunlap, dad Dustin St. Clair, his sister Kendall, and his brother Jackson. Dane St. Clair. And our final senior will be Jake Johnson, third-year varsity pitcher and infielder. He plans on attending UCC or Lynn Benton to play baseball, majoring in sports management. Joining Jake on the field is parents Brooke and Greg Johnson and brothers Cody and Caden Johnson. Jake Johnson. And there they are, ladies and gentlemen, your seniors for this year's Roseburg baseball team. Best of luck, fellas. We'd like to honor our Grants Pass Caveman seniors that are with us today. Reese Reynolds, Alvaro Barrero de la Porta, also Parker Roberts, Baden Morris, Jace McGowan, Lucas Wall, Brayden Reese, and Ben Childers. Congratulations, fellas.
So that was the Senior Day celebration here at Champion Car Wash Field. Was talking a little bit at the beginning of it. Didn't get a chance to listen in for Zeb Johnson, but this is his first year on varsity as an infielder. Also on the cross-country and football team as well. His college plans are to attend Chemeketa Community College in the fall to study diesel technology. And he was joined by his dad, Toby Johnson, and his brother, Xander Johnson, as well. Congratulations to the Roseburg senior class of 2025. Zeb Johnson, Luke Robbins, Caden Austin, Dane St. Clair, and Jake Johnson on this RHS baseball team. Big congratulations to them. Well, again, the Indians right now, they find themselves in sole possession of first place because of the games yesterday. Originally today, it was supposed to be Sheldon versus South Eugene for a doubleheader. They moved their games to yesterday because of the wet weather that came in this morning. Overall today, it is a little bit drier than it was this morning. It's 54 degrees out, a little bit of sunshine peeking through, especially on the hills out towards left field. But not as much rain as there was earlier about an hour ago or so. Poured down rain pretty hard, but right now pretty dry, and that's the good news. But going in and looking at the league standings right now, in the Southwest Conference, the Indians are in first place. They have an 11-5 league record overall, 16-7 on the season. In second place, it's Sheldon, 11-7. So if the Indians lose both of these games today, they will not win the league title. Sheldon would have the league title because they own the tiebreaker against Roseburg, winning one of the two games last weekend at Sheldon and winning the game down here for the midweek game this season. So the Indians do need to win one game today. If they lose both, they'll drop to second place. But if they win one game, they'll have the league title outright. It would be the first time since 2019 Roseburg would win the Southwest Conference. So a lot on the line today against Grants Pass. Again, a wild game the first time down at Grants Pass. A really windy day. We talked about that with Coach Thompson ahead of this one, about how windy it was, how crazy that game went. Kind of a roller coaster of a game. Momentum going Roseburg's way, and then it went Grants Pass's way. Jake Johnson threw 5 2/3, allowed 5 runs on 5 hits with 6 strikeouts, but he also walked 6 batters. He's been a little bit more consistent as of late. We'll see what happens here today. Again, Grants Pass, a little bit of momentum, winning on a walk-off against North Medford on Tuesday. Parker Roberts, the ground ball up the middle, and an overthrow by the shortstop Dominic Daffront from North Medford. Allowed the winning run to score from second base in an inning that they trailed 2-0 entering the bottom of the 7th inning. They came from behind and won by a final score of 3-2. We'll take our first 2-minute timeout. When we return, we'll sit down with Coach Thompson here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Welcome back to the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Now Jarecki here with Coach Thompson. Coach, a big win against South Eugene in run rule fashion on Tuesday. What stood out in that one?
Offensively, we did a good job of putting pressure on them and coming through with some big base hits with runners on, and got a couple big days at the plate from several of our guys, and that was nice to see. We were good on the mound with Riley Cheney, did a nice job of limiting their chances after about the second inning. And we were, like I say, fortunate to continue to get guys on and have a chance to score, and we were able to end that one a little early. So, yeah, a good all-around effort offensively and defensively and on the mound for us on Tuesday.
How about Cal Robbins, that home run to left field? I mean, how many home runs have you seen at this field from a high school player?
There's been a number, but it's a rare thing for sure. So yeah, if you get one here, you get one. Not a lot go out here, but yeah, he got that ball. He hit it well on Tuesday, and it was nice to see and good for him, and certainly helped us there in that spot. So yeah, he had several good swings on Tuesday, like several other members of his team. But yeah, a great day for Cal to come up, a double short of the cycle. You don't see that, very often, and some good swings for him. But yeah, you don't see many balls hit over the fence here, and when you do see one, they got it.
We were just talking a moment ago about how crazy it is. This is the final week of the regular season. This has been a long journey since January. What are you most proud of from this team, from their growth from that first week in January all the way now here in May?
They've done a great job. They're excited to be here every day. They look forward to practice. They do a good job at practice. Just their consistent effort in trying to improve and getting better and just staying with it, because it does get long, from that long, when we start our winter workouts there in January, and then the season officially starts there at the end of February. And, you play Tuesday and Saturdays here for the last 6-7 weeks, and there's a lot of time in between that for workouts and practice and that sort of thing. And then when it's time to play, it's time to play. You got to go. And these guys have done a great job of being ready to play on game days, and just proud of their consistent effort and how well they play the game together.
With the results yesterday, with one win today, you guys would clinch the league title outright. How special of an opportunity is that for you guys?
Well, that's what you hope for. You play your last doubleheader, and those games are meaning something, and they certainly always do, being league games. But yeah, to have that on top and played yourself in a position to get to this point, pretty special and fun to go through, and fun for these guys. And we don't have to do anything different or change anything or try to do something that we haven't been able to do all year. We just need to come out and play good, solid baseball, and good things will happen for us. But yeah, to have it be the last weekend of our league play, and looking forward, after this week to the power rankings getting frozen and playoff stuff starting to happen and people starting to talk about that. It's a fun time of year, and we get the extra benefit of having a home doubleheader here against a very good team coming in here today. And hopefully the weather holds for us, and we have a nice day to play to here today. So yeah, a lot of positives here today about our double here, and hopefully we come out and perform and play well and have a chance to give ourselves a chance to win a couple ball games.
You guys have already played Grants Pass this year. You guys pulled off the win down at Grants Pass. A very windy day. You guys put up a pretty good number. What do you remember from that one?
Yeah, you're right. It was cold and windy down in Grants Pass there in mid-April. I remember we were up about 3-0 perhaps, and then they came back and had it tied, and then we had an outstanding inning with about 7 or 8 hits in a row, as I recall, and scored a bunch there and made it stick for the final outs of that game. So yeah, a good win for us down there that day, but certainly, over a month ago, I think, and a lot of things have changed for them, I'm sure, and have for us. So whole different ball game here today. But yeah, to go to Grants Pass and get that single game in and get out of there with the win was a good day for us. And yeah, we had some good offensive swings that day, so hopefully we can see some of that here today.
That was Coach Thompson ahead of this game against Grants Pass. Got one more timeout to get in. We might get started a little bit earlier than scheduled. This is Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Always handled my own finances, but I need help. Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
First pitch on its way, and it swung on and missed, and we're underway a little bit earlier than scheduled at 11:57 here on this Saturday afternoon. Jake Johnson goes back to work. The right-hander delivers, and it's down in the dirt. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. So 11:57, the first pitch start here on Senior Day. Typically on Senior Day, you have the earlier starts, but today, I should say the later starts, but today we actually get a earlier start. So now 2 balls and 1 strike from Johnson. At the plate is Evan Valenzuela for Grants Pass. Left-handed hitter takes up and away. Now 3 balls and 1 strike to Valenzuela. So Johnson getting the start today on Senior Day. The Indians wearing their white uniforms. Orange numbers, black trim, black caps. Pitch to Valenzuela is fouled back. Now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Currently outside, it is 54 degrees and overcast. A little bit of sunshine picking its way through the clouds, but overall an overcast day here in the Umpqua Valley. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson winds and delivers, and it's fouled back by Valenzuela. He stays alive. Valenzuela leading things off. Braden Reese, the first baseman in the 2 spot, and Jace McGowan, the pitcher, batting third. We'll get you the full lineup in just a second. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Up and away, and it's a walk to start as a runner heads to first base. So starting lineup today for Grants Pass, Evan Valenzuela, who you saw leading things off. Braden Reese, the first baseman in the 2 spot. Jace McGowan batting third, the pitcher. Nathan Bassett, the catcher, batting fourth. Cameron Holland, the second baseman, batting fifth. Trayton Powers, the center fielder, in the 6th spot. Parker Robertson, right field. Baden Morris, the shortstop, and Ben Childers, the DH, to round out the lineup. First pitch fouled back by Braden Reese. No balls and 1 strike. So a runner at first to start after the leadoff walk. Again, the first time these two teams played, Johnson got the start down in Grants Pass. It was a day filled with walks for Johnson, 6 walks. It was a season high. See what he does here on Senior Day as he throws back towards first base. Back there safely is the runner in Valenzuela. Johnson coming off a performance against Sheldon last week, 6 2/3 innings in game number 1 of the doubleheader against the Irish. Fires in a pitch that's fouled into the mitt of the catcher, Amos Bowers. No balls and 2 strikes. Pitch 6 2/3, allowed 3 runs in the first inning, and then after that point, only allowed 1 more hit for the remainder of the game. It came in the 2nd inning. Throw back towards first base, diving back there safely is Valenzuela. Hit the pitch limit, couldn't finish the job. Ultimately gave over the ball to Dane St. Clair, who came from center field to the mound and pitched to 1 batter, got the out, and ended up picking up the save in the win against Sheldon. It's a big win in hindsight, looking at the league standings now, with Roseburg at an 11-5 record in league play and Sheldon at 11-7. As looked like Valenzuela maybe a little bit shaken up at first base. A little bit of a stoppage. Seems to be okay now. So runner at first, no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Fastball high. 1-2. If Roseburg would have lost that game against Sheldon, the close competitive game against the Irish, the Indians won 4-3 last Saturday in game number 1. Roseburg would have had to win 2 games today instead of 1 to clinch the league title. Throw back towards first base after the pitch missed the zone. Actually, it's called a strike. So a strikeout for Johnson as he picks up his first strikeout after allowing a leadoff walk. Reese goes down looking. So one out, and now Jace McGowan, the pitcher, to the plate, the 3-hole hitter. Still with that runner at first base. Johnson out of the stretch, throws back towards first base, and diving back there safely is Valenzuela. But the Indians won that game against Sheldon, creating an opportunity today, winning their first league title since 2019. Johnson comes inside with a breaking ball. Throw back towards first base once again, and as always, Valenzuela back there safely. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch to McGowan. Lifted in the air out towards left center field. Pretty deep. St. Clair giving chase. He lost his hat and he's searching for the ball, and it drops down a few feet in front of him. Picks it up off the wall, rounding third, and coming in is Valenzuela, sliding into third base safely is McGowan. And Grants Pass takes the lead 1-0 here in the top of the first inning, thanks to the RBI triple by Jace McGowan. Got a hold of it and went opposite field. Grants Pass fans that have made the trip up I-5 here to Champion Car Wash Field making some noise. A lot of blue in the stands. If you're watching online, you can kind of see it in the bleachers. There is a good amount of blue out there as Grants Pass has their first hit and first run. Now the first pitch to Nathan Bassett is inside, or rather outside. 1 ball and no strikes off the edge of the plate. So a runner at third, 1 out in a 1-0 game. Breaking ball from Johnson just off the edge of the plate. Now 2 balls and no strikes. So Grants Pass with an early 1-0 lead. Infield comes in with the runner at third base. 1-1 pitch from Johnson. Cut on and miss by Bassett. Now 1-2. Okay, so I had it right the first time. So the first pitch was in the zone. And now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Johnson an opportunity for a second strikeout. The 1-2, he gets it. Fastball elevated. And Bassett goes down swinging. It's now 2 outs, a runner at third, and a 1-0 ball game in the top of the first. Grants Pass at the plate, and now here's Cameron Holland. Holland, the second baseman today for the Cavemen. Takes the first pitch for a strike. 0-1. Holland was in left field in the first game between Grants Pass and Roseburg back on April 22nd. The 0-1, breaking ball, swing and a miss. Another nice pitch from Johnson, who's been able to up his strikeouts over the past few weeks. Had a 13 strikeout performance against North Medford, 10 strikeouts against Sheldon. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Fastball high. And going down swinging is Holland. Well, Grants Pass strikes first with a RBI triple by Jace McGowan. But Roseburg's Jake Johnson has 3 strikeouts in the top of the first inning on senior day as the Cavemen lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first. Roseburg with some work to do at the plate. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Welcome back to Champion Car Wash Field. Special thanks once again to our pregame show sponsored, Roseburg Disposal. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Call Roseburg Disposal at 673-7122. I didn't get a chance to put that in because we got going a little bit early, 11:57, the first pitch today. Starting lineup today for the Roseburg Indians, it's going to be Paxton Burke leading things off, Dane St. Clair, the center fielder in the 2 spot, Cal Robbins batting third, the catcher, or rather third baseman, I should say. I put catcher out there. He was the catcher in the last game against South Eugene on Tuesday. He's at third base today. Jake Johnson is the pitcher today. He's batting fourth. Luke Robbins, the DH, he's batting fifth. Danner Wirtz at first base, batting sixth. A.J. Black, the left fielder, batting seventh. Fletcher Coleman, the right fielder, in the 8th spot. And Caden Austin, the second baseman, batting ninth. Defensively today for Grants Pass, they got Max Hayes in left field, Trayton Powers in center, Parker Roberts out in right, Evan Valenzuela at third base, Baden Morris, the shortstop, Cameron Hall, the second baseman, Braden Reese at first base, and Nathan Bassett catching behind the plate. So here's Paxton Burke, the shortstop, leading things off for Roseburg. Switch hitter, batting as a lefty against the right-hander, Jace McGowan. First pitch from McGowan comes in for a strike. No balls and a strike to Paxton Burke. So Burke has been the leadoff hitter for the entirety of the season. Only a little bit at the beginning of the year where Caden Austin was in that role. They moved Austin down to the 9th spot, and he's certainly found his home down there. And a good player to turn around the lineup and bring Burke to the plate, who leads the team in on-base percentage this season. 511 on-base percentage this season with a .400 batting average. 1-1 pitch. It's a little bit high. 2 balls and a strike to Burke. So that .400 average with 30 hits, 26 singles, and 4 doubles. 16 RBIs on the season. Among the leaders in that as well. 2-1 pitch is fouled away by Burke. 2-2. So Burke leading things off. Indians trailing 1-0 after Grants passes Jace McGowan, who's on the mound. Delivered an RBI triple in the top half of the inning. 2-2 pitch. Burke goes down swinging. A strikeout from McGowan for out number 1. After Jake Johnson fired in 3 strikeouts in the top half of the first inning. Maybe McGowan a little bit more motivated. Trying to get a strikeout for his own name. And he does so with the first batter he faces here in the bottom of the first. Here's Dane St. Clair now, the 2-hole hitter. With 1 out, nobody on. Swings and dribbles the ball foul up the third base side. 0-1. Got an update from Roseburg softball. Roseburg currently trailing 2-0 in the first inning against Grants Pass. The Indians, both softball and baseball, some work to do offensively today. They also have a doubleheader against Grants Pass this afternoon. 0-1 pitch to St. Clair, a little bit low. 1-1. So Roseburg looking to clinch the league title today against Grants Pass. First game was a competitive one down at Grants Pass. Now a doubleheader today. A lot on the line. 1-1 pitch. St. Clair dribbles the ball up the middle. It's off the mid of McGowan, and it finds its way into the outfield. So a single by St. Clair.
Next batter will be third baseman, number 14, Cal Robbins.
And it brings up Cal Robbins. So Robbins at the plate, coming off his big 4-for-4 outing. Takes a pitch low. 1-0. He was a double away from the cycle in the game against South Eugene on Tuesday. Hit a home run over the left field wall. Robbins swings and grounds the ball out towards the left side, and it gets past the shortstop, and Morris finds its way into the outfield, and that allows St. Clair to take third base. So Robbins ends up at first after the error. Now runners at first and third.
Number 17, Jake Johnson.
And Jake Johnson, an opportunity to get a run back. Pitcher hitting for himself right here. And McGowan steps off the mound. So runners on the corners, 1 out. Bottom of the first, Indians trailing 1-0. Johnson, the 4-hole hitter, with the corner of the infield coming in, and he chops it over the head of the third baseman, Valenzuela, into left field. And the Indians tie the game. Got a pitcher's duel on the mound and at the plate today as Johnson picks up an RBI to even the game at 1. Right after McGowan, the pitcher on the mound, gave Grants Pass the lead in the top half of the first inning. So the Indians get their second hit. Advancing over to second base is Robbins. 2 on, still just 1 out, and here's Luke Robbins. Cal at second, Jake at first. And here's Luke Robbins, the 5-hole hitter, still just 1 out in the inning. Indians an opportunity now to take the lead as McGowan delivers a pitch inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Robbins. Luke this season batting .323, 17 singles, 4 doubles, 21 hits overall, 13 RBIs. Takes a fastball at the knees for a strike, 1-1. An opportunity for Luke to drive in his brother, who's standing at second. Senior day for Luke. Cal just a sophomore. 1-1. Driven right back up the middle for a base hit. Robbins is waved. Picking it up in center field is Powers. His throw is cut off. And the Indians take the lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the first. Luke brings home Cal. And just like that, the Indians leading after trailing 1-0 after the top half of the first inning. They waste no time and they bring the first 5 batters to the plate and still have an out to work with. Same situation, runners at first and second, still 1 out, but now a 2-1 lead. Here's Danner Wirtz, the first baseman. First pitch to the freshman, taken for a strike, 0-1. Wirtz batting .408 this season for the Indians. 20 hits, 17 singles, 3 doubles, and 11 RBIs. 0-1 pitch. Wirtz pops it up out towards right field. It's slicing foul, and it's going to land out of play. 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Wirtz. Opportunity for his 12th RBI of the season. Johnson standing at second. I believe it actually is a replacement runner. Try to get that in just a second. The 0-2. Wirtz looks at it, and it's called strike 3. Fastball on the outside part of the plate as McGowan punches out his second batter.
Left fielder number 15, A.J. Black.
Brings up A.J. Black. So 2 outs and 2 on with the Indians leading 2-1. First pitch, it's grounded up the middle, and that's another base hit. Coming around third and racing in to score for the Indians is Riley Cheney. So Cheney, the replacement runner, in around third and in to score as the Indians add on to their lead with the RBI single by A.J. Black.
Better right fielder number 2, Fletcher Coleman.
It's now Fletcher Coleman to the plate. Still runners at first and second. Coleman, the 8th batter of the inning. Takes a pitch outside. 1-0. So 3-1, Roseburg with the lead. Now Luke Robbins at second and A.J. Black at first. 1-0 pitch. Coleman pops it up, left center field. Going back is the shortstop Morris. He's called off by the left fielder Hayes. And he squeezes the mitt for the final out. But not before Roseburg brings 8 batters to the plate. They score 3 runs off of 4 hits and leave 2 stranded, with 1 aired defensively for Grants Pass. Indians leading 3-1 as we head to the top of the second. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Top of the second inning, Grants Pass coming up to hit. Roseburg leading 3-1.
The top of the second inning, the first batter for Grants Pass is the center fielder number 9, Trayton Powers.
Trayton Powers coming up to the plate, followed by Parker Roberts and Baden Morris. 6, 7, and 8 for the Cavemen. Jake Johnson back out there after back-to-back strikeouts to end the top of the first inning. 3 strikeouts overall for the right-hander on senior day. First pitch, now a breaking ball inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Powers. Powers gets the start today. Was in center fielder in game number 1 down at Grants Pass on the 22nd. Went 1 for 4. Gets jammed up and dribbles 1 foul. First base side, 1 ball and 1 strike. Defensively today for Roseburg, A.J. Black out in left field. Dane St. Clair in center field. Fletcher Coleman in right field. Johnson winds and delivers a 1-1 pitch that's cut on and miss. 1-2. Cal Robbins at third. Paxton Burke, the shortstop. Caden Austin at second. Danner Wirtz at first. And Amos Bowers is the catcher behind the plate. 1-2 pitch. Fastball outside. 2-2. Fastball has certainly been working for Johnson as of late. He talked about it last week after his performance against Sheldon. He said the fastball was working, was locating it well. Up, down, side to side. That's what you want from your pitcher. 2-2 breaking ball, just fought off by Powers. Late swing, but he gets contact and fouls it away to stay alive. Johnson looking for his 4th strikeout of the game. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Johnson. 1 away. So of the first 6 batters he's faced, he's struck out 4 of them. Pretty good clip right now for the right-hander as he brings up Parker Roberts with 1 out, nobody on in this 3-1 ball game. Swing and a miss by Roberts on the first pitch to him. Another elevated pitch up and away to the left-handed hitter, and Johnson gets the swing and miss. The 0-1 in the zone. No balls and 2 strikes as Johnson goes back to work, and this has been the thing about Jake is this season, as the game goes on, he certainly gets into a rhythm. The 0-2, making him look silly. A swing and a miss at the plate in the dirt, and Bowers gets up and throws it to first base to retire Roberts for out number 2. So another strikeout for Johnson.
That better be the shortstop, number 6, Baden Morris.
He's at 5 strikeouts now, and it's still just the top of the second inning. 2 outs, nobody on, and here's Baden Morris. Morris looks at a fastball for a strike. 0-1. Johnson had been the midweek guy and then was able to get back-to-back appearances in the middle of the season. Swing and a miss as he gets ahead 0-2 now to Morris. Had back-to-back complete games against South Medford and North Medford, and he's been a weekend guy since. The 0-2 lifted in the air out towards right field. Coleman was playing near the line, but he watches this one sail off the batting cages out in left field, or rather in right field, the hitting facility out there. So we'll do the 0-2 again. Johnson ready. Kicks and deals. High. Didn't miss by much, and Morris was thinking about offering. Did not. Johnson shakes now. He'll wind and deliver. 1-2, breaking ball. Called strike 3. Rings him up on the inside part of the plate. 3 up, 3 down, all via the strikeout. As Jake Johnson now has 6 strikeouts through 2 innings. Impressive work for the right-hander on senior day. It is 3-1 Roseburg as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Indians leading here on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Caden Austin.
Bottom of the second inning, it is 3-1. Roseburg with the lead. Caden Austin leading things off as the second baseman comes up to the plate. The only batter for Roseburg that did not get an at-bat last inning, and he swings through the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike by Jace McGowan. Last inning for Roseburg, 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. Now they look to keep it going here in the second, leading by 2. McGowan winds and delivers a pitch down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Austin at the plate, the 9-hole hitter, batting .270 this season. Almost all of his hits, singles. 16 singles, 1 double, 17 hits overall. 1-1. Grounds the ball towards the right side on a few hops. Holland picks it up, sidearms it to first base, and retires Austin for out number 1. So 1 out, nobody on. 3-1. Roseburg with the lead here in the bottom of the second. And here's Paxton Burke. Second at bat for Burke. Struck out swinging his first time up against McGowan. Going to turn his day around. First pitch. Burke takes it inside. 1-0. Evan Valenzuela, the third baseman, really in. He's standing on the grass right now. About a full 2 feet or 3 feet in from the bag. Well into the grass as Burke takes a strike, 1-1. Maybe anticipating a bunt in this situation, although Burke hasn't really bunted to get himself on board a ton. 1-1 pitch, it's popped out of play, foul. 1-2. So an odd defensive alignment right now for Valenzuela if you're watching online at 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. You can look and see as now Valenzuela backs up a little bit, but still standing on the edge of the grass. Burke takes outside. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes from McGowan. Two to Burke. Fouled off the catcher's mask. Burke will see another pitch. So St. Clair on deck. 9-1-2 to start this inning. Roseburg, again, with a win today, they would clinch the league title for the first time since 2019. It's been a special season for Roseburg. Been a good spring season. Both softball and baseball have been pretty competitive. Softball now 2-2 in the top of the third inning. Indians, I believe, in second place now in the Southwest Conference for softball. Roseburg in first, of course, for baseball. 2-2. A fastball low. Just below the knees of Burke. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So a full count for Burke, the 1-hole hitter. Pitch from McGowan. Inside. So Burke, what an at-bat. Able to work a walk after falling behind early. And the Indians have a runner on with 1 out. In the bottom of the first, rather bottom of the second. Got an update from the Oregon Ducks game that's happening today. You can find that game on our news partner, News Radio, 93.9 FM and 1240 KQEN. If you want to listen to the Ducks game right now, it's 8-1 Oregon over Iowa. Throw back towards first base, and back there safely is Burke. The Ducks, if they win today against Iowa, same situation as Roseburg. All they need is 1 win. They'll clinch the league title. This one popped in the air by St. Clair out towards shallow right center field. The second baseman, Holland, back into the grass to retrieve it for out number 2. So 2 outs, a runner at first.
Better 14,
Cal Robbins at the plate in this 3-1 game for Roseburg. So runner at first, and Burke retreats back towards first base. Pitch to Robbins, and it's fouled back. 0-1. So if Oregon wins today, they'll win the Big Ten title outright over Iowa. Actually, I shouldn't say outright. I believe UCLA potentially could tie the Ducks. They would be co-Big Ten champions, but the Ducks hold the tiebreaker over the Bruins. Pitch outside, and now a throw down towards second base, and Burke is retired for out number 3. So that'll do it for the Indians in the bottom of the second inning. No hits, no runs, none left stranded, and no errors. We're headed to the top of the third inning. It is 3-1 Roseburg. You're on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Welcome back here to Champion Car Wash Field. Top of the third inning. It is 3-1 Roseburg with the lead. Jay Johnson back on the bump for the Indians. He has 6 strikeouts so far through the first 2 innings.
We go to the top of the third inning. The first batter for Grants Pass, designated hitter.
Of the 8 batters he's faced,
20,
he's struck out 6 of them. Batter number 9, it's Ben Childers coming to the plate. Childers, the only batter yet to face off against Johnson, the 9-hole hitter, followed by Evan Valenzuela and Braden Reese. First pitch, it's a little bit high. 1 ball and no strikes to Childers, the DH. Was the first baseman in the first game between these two teams. He swings and drives the ball deep towards right field in the alleyway, and it's down. Cutting it off in right field is Coleman as he bobbles it after cutting it off. At second base with a double is Childers. And the Cavemen are in business here in the third. Childers went 0 for 1 at the plate with 2 walks and 2 runs scored in the game against Roseburg back on the 22nd of April. Now gets his first hit of the season series.
Top of the order now for Grants Pass, number 11, Evan Valenzuela.
So here's Evan Valenzuela. Led off the game with a walk back in the first. He shows bunt, misses the bunt, throw goes back towards second. Childers trying to get back, and he's out! He was anticipating the bunt being laid down by Valenzuela. He got caught between third and second, and he's out. After Amos Bowers guns him out at second, a smart play by the catcher. Now no balls and 1 strike with 1 out and nobody on. Pitch comes in for a strike from Johnson as he gets ahead 0-2. Breaking ball on the outside part of the plate to Valenzuela. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Valenzuela slams the bat on the ground in frustration as he's the 7th strikeout victim today as Johnson continues to rack up strikeouts. He's faced 10 batters, 7 strikeouts. Now the first pitch, a swing and a miss from Braden Reese. 0-1. So 2 outs, nobody on. 3-1. Roseburg with the lead in the top of the third. 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball just below the knees to the left-handed hitter. 1 ball and 1 strike. Reese was the first strikeout victim back in the first inning, and Johnson's just continued the success. Foul tip on the 1-1 pitch. Reese just got a piece of it way early and just barely clicked it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Ooh, just a little bit high. Didn't miss by much, maybe a little bit above the letters. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson looking for strikeout number 8. The 2-2 pitch. Grounded towards the right side. Austin collects, shuffles the feet, throws to first, and retires Reese for out number 3. Well, Johnson picks up his 7th strikeout, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for the Cavemen offensively. Roseburg leads 3-1 as we're headed to the bottom of the 3rd inning. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fence is doing it right for you.
Back here at Champion Car Wash Field, the score is 3-1, Roseburg with the lead. Indians with 4 hits and 3 runs, scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Cal Robbins, Jake Johnson, and Luke Robbins due up for the Indians here in the bottom of the third. Cal leading things off, the sophomore.
Third inning, number 14, Cal Robbins.
Reached on an air his first time up. Coming off that impressive 4-for-4 day on Tuesday, hit a home run. Talking with Coach Thompson and Joey Keyran, we talked about how long it's been since a Roseburg Indian flew one over the wall at home, as this popped up by Robbins on the first pitch to him. And over at first base making the catch is Braden Reese for out number 1. It's not the same success today for Cal as he had on Tuesday, as he starts 0-for-2. And now Johnson back to the plate. RBI single and a run scored back in the first inning for Jake. We were talking to Coach Thompson about how long it's been since potentially an Indian flew one over the wall back at home. And we think it was Zach Mandera in 2019, as this is popped in the air by Johnson on the first pitch to him, out towards center field. And to make the catch in shallow center is Trayton Powers for out number 2. Meaning that it officially would be the first home run for the Indians at home, since they've put in the nice new turf here at Champion Car Wash Field, although at this point it's not necessarily new. It's been here for about 5 years now and still looks excellent out there. They just held the Umpqua Super Regional for the NWAC tournament here the past few days. UCC advancing on. They're heading to Longview, Washington next week for the NWAC Championship Tournament, where the North and South regional winners will meet next week. And the Riverhawks fought off elimination twice yesterday to advance there. So 2 outs, nobody on for Luke Robbins in this 3-1 ball game. In the bottom of the third, he takes a fastball for a strike. 0-1. UCC beating Clark yesterday, winning both games against the Penguins. The 0-1 taken for a strike, 0-2. 3-0 in game number 2. They lost game number 1 against Clark 2 days ago and then had to win 2 games yesterday, and they were able to do it. Robbins takes the 0-2 for strike 3. Fastball right down Broadway as McGowan picks up his 3rd strikeout, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Indians offensively. We're headed to the 4th inning. The score is 3-1, Roseburg with the lead. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Top of the 4th inning, it is 3-1, Roseburg with the lead. Special thanks to our sponsor, Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call 541-459-1545, as well as Cascade Community Credit Union. Belong to Douglas County. Jake Johnson back on the bump. He has 7 strikeouts through the first 11 batters he's faced. And here's Jace McGowan, who tripled his first time up. Flies the ball out towards shallow left field. It's dropping quickly, and it's down the line, curling off to the left side in fair territory. Picking it up in left field is Black, and he throws it in, but McGowan's at second. Leadoff double. The pitcher doing it all himself today. 4 Grants Pass and RBI triple back in the first, and now he starts this 4th inning with a double as the Cavemen pick up their 3rd hit of the afternoon.
Next batter, number 13, Nathan Bassett.
So it now brings up Nathan Bassett. Struck out swinging his first time up. Runner in scoring position in a 2-run ball game in the top of the 4th. Johnson kicks and deals. A bunt shown, and it's bunted to first base. Leaping up and making the catch is Wirtz for out number 1. An odd play as it was a bunt up. Wirtz was charging in down the line towards the plate, and he had to leap up to make the catch for out number 1.
Next batter, number 2, Cam Holland.
So now Cam Holland will come to the plate after the mistimed bunt attempt by Nathan Bassett. Now Johnson delivers a breaking ball that swung on and missed. 0-1. Man, Johnson's getting a lot of swings and misses today. His strikeout numbers have improved substantially over his last 2 starts. He's been in a groove. The 0-1 pitch. Popped in the air out towards shallow right field. Caden Austin in the grass gets called off by Fletcher Coleman, the right fielder, who makes the catch for out number 2. So although no strikeouts here in this 4th inning for Johnson, he does have a runner at second and 2 outs on back-to-back pop-ups. But his last 2 starts, he had 10 strikeouts against Sheldon in 6 2/3 last Saturday. The Saturday before that, 12 strikeouts against North Medford in 7 innings pitched. He's at 7 strikeouts today. Few away from double digits once again from the right-hander. He misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. The Trayton Powers, he was strikeout victim number 4 back in the 2nd inning. That was a part of a 1-2-3 inning with 3 strikeouts for Johnson. 1-0 pitch. In for a strike on the inside part of the plate. Looked like the changeup that time from the right-hander. 1-1. So Grants Pass threatening with a runner in scoring position at second in a 2-run ball game in the top of the 4th. Johnson's 1-1 is found back off the netting, 1-2. So another opportunity for a strikeout here for Jake, who entered the game with a 7-1 record. 1-2. Freezes the batter, but it's a little bit high and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2.52 ERA this season. Just 19 earned runs in 38 and 52 and 2/3 innings. Jammed up, popped up in the infield. Johnson makes the catch on the first base line for out number 3. After the leadoff double by Jace McGowan, he's left stranded at second base after 3 straight pop-ups and the inning. We're halfway through game number 1 of this doubleheader. Roseburg's leading 3-1. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-1 the score. Roseburg with the lead. Special thanks to our sponsor, Dr. Alanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call 541-378-6694. Danner Wirtz leading things out for the Indians here in the bottom of the 4th inning, trying to stretch their lead, leading by 2. The chance for the league title on the line. First pitch in for a strike. 0-1. The Indians in first place right now in the Southwest Conference. Just a hair ahead of Sheldon. Full game, and there was a gate that was open on the first base side that they had to close. So that was what the brief stoppage was all about. There's no balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Down and away. 1-1. So the Indians technically 1 full game ahead of Sheldon in the Southwest Conference standings. The Irish 11-7, Roseburg 11-5 in league play on the season. Every team has already finished their league season except for Roseburg and Grants Pass, who are finishing it here today, fouled off by Wirtz 1-2. Now a couple of other teams in the league, including Grants Pass, have more games next week. Roseburg will actually have a bye for the remainder of the season. So no games next week. They'll have a week off before playoffs start on May 26. 1-2, swing and a miss. McGowan delivers a fastball down and away, and Wirtz chased it. It's strikeout number 4 and back-to-back strikeouts for McGowan.
Batter number 15, A.J. Black.
So A.J. Black will come to the plate. RBI single his first time up. First pitch up and inside. 1 ball and no strikes to A.J. Black. South Medford and North Medford are both tied 10-8 on the season, although North Medford, they won the league tiebreaker over South Medford, as Black fouls this one away, 1-1. They took 2 of 3 against the Panthers, so North Medford in 3rd place. Willamette at 10-8 as well. Actually, it's a 3-team tie, so South Medford may actually have that, as Black hits it up the middle off of the pitcher. McGowan throws over to first base and retires Black after knocking it down with his mitt. Dangerous play, but he's able to knock it down and throw to first base for out number 2.
Batter number 2, Fletcher Coleman.
So 2 outs to start this bottom of the 4th inning, and now Fletcher Coleman to the plate. So I think South Medford, as they have it right now in the standings, in 3rd place because of that 3-team tie. Pitch up and away, 1-0, and that's big. I mean, those 3 teams are competing for that final spot. They're actually probably rooting for Roseburg today, because if Grants Pass wins 1 game today, then they'll also be 10-8 in league play as Coleman rips it right to second. A diving play knocked down by Holland. He almost caught it on the line drive, but he is able to pick it up after it squeaked its way through the mitt and into the turf. Holland throws over to first base to retire Coleman for out number 3. Well, the Indians bring 3 batters to the plate. They're all down in order. We're headed to the 5th inning. The score is 3-1 Roseburg. You're on 541radio.com and the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Going out to the top of the 5th inning, the first batter for Grants Pass, number 3, Parker Roberts.
3-1 the score. Roseburg with the lead. Special thanks to our sponsor, DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. 3-1 Roseburg with the lead against Grants Pass. The first pitch is swung on and missed by Parker Roberts, leading things off, followed by Baden Morris and Ben Childers. No balls and a strike. Johnson back to work. Wastes no time. Delivers a fastball that's fouled away. No balls and 2 strikes. So bottom of the order due up for Grants Pass. A lot more successful this second time through. Not as many strikeouts, I should say. A lot of pop-ups, though. 3 pop-ups, a ground out, and a strikeout with 1 double in there the second time through the order for the Cavemen. Just a dribbler over to the left side. Burke, the shortstop field, sidearms it to first base and beats the runner in Roberts by about half a step.
So
1 out to start this inning. Nobody on for Baden and Morris in this 3-1 ball game. Roseburg with the lead against Grants Pass. First pitch. In the zone at the knees for a strike. 0-1. Indians defense has been pretty good today. This is whacked out in center field for a base hit. So leadoff single for Baden Morris. Runner at first, 1 out for Grants Pass here in the top of the 5th inning. Roseburg still with that 2-run lead. The defense has been pretty good today to help out Jake Johnson, especially the second time through the order after he struck out 6 batters the first time through the order. A lot more help the second time through. Johnson out of the stretch delivers a pitch inside to Childers, 1-0. Ben Childers, a double his first time up. Right-handed hitter at the plate. Takes the pitch inside. Now 2 balls and no strikes. It was a big hit for the big right-handed hitter as he takes a fastball for a strike from Johnson, and that had some zip on it. Jake being honored today. It's his 3rd year pitching on the varsity roster for Roseburg. Childers fouls away the 2-1, and it's now 2-2. His college plans is planning on attending UCC or Lynn Benton to play baseball. He's going to major in sports marketing. His brothers Cody and Caden were here with his parents Brooke and Greg Johnson before the game for the senior day celebration. Called strike 3 as he rings up Childers on the low outside corner. And that's strikeout number 8 of the day for Johnson as he wraps up the second time through the order.
Top of the order now for Grants pass.
And now Evan Valenzuela will come to the plate. 0 for 1, walked and scored in the first and struck out in the third. Swings and pops up the first pitch to him. Out towards shallow left field. Diving play in left field by Black, but it goes right through the mitt. Throw goes to third. The tag just a little bit late. It was a smart heads-up play by Burke, who was out there, and he covered up after Black laid it out on the line. Almost made the catch. It went right through the mitt and somehow found its way onto the ground. Burke picked it up, threw it to third base, and Robbins tried to get the tag on Morris, but Morris just got in time. So it'll be a single by Valenzuela. Now runners on the corners. 3-1, Roseburg with the lead. Braden Reese a strikeout and a ground out in his first two ABs. This is hit out towards left field, and it is foul. So no balls and one strike. Throw back towards first base and back there safely. The 0-1. It's looked at down and away. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. Johnson delivers. It's whacked out towards center field, and that's going to be down for a base hit. St. Clair cuts it off. He's going to throw it to third. Childers is on his way. He's going to get there after the throw's a little bit wide. Throw goes to second now from Robbins, and into there safely is Reese. So it's a single and advancement to second with the throw from St. Clair. Valenzuela goes to third, and Morris in to score from third base. So Grants Pass back on the board. Now 2 runners in scoring position, with 2 outs and now a 3-2 game.
Batters number 6, Jace McGowan.
So now Jace McGowan will come up to the plate. And they're going to intentionally walk him. After he started his day with a triple and double, they're going to walk him and load the bases for Nathan Bassett. And now Amos Bowers is going to go out there and talk things over with Johnson as Kyle Harrison, the head coach of Grants Pass, talks things over with his hitter, Nathan Bassett. Special thanks to our sponsor, Chuck Schwarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? So here's Bassett. Go ahead, run in scoring position. Tying run at third. It's 3-2 in the top of the 5th inning. Bases loaded for the cleanup hitter. High leverage situation for Johnson. First pitch. It's hit out towards right field. That's going to tie the game. Black picks it up. He'll throw it in. Diving back to third base is Reese. And the Cavemen have tied it here in the 5th. A 2-out rally. And we're even at 3. So still bases loaded, 2 outs. And now Cam Holland will come to the plate. Replacement runner, Dominguez, running at first. So here's Holland. He's 0 for 2, strikeout and a pop up to left field. First pitch, looked at for a strike. 0-1. Grants Pass now up to 6 hits. Out hitting Roseburg 6-4, and they've tied the game. Go ahead run 90 feet away. The 0-1 from Johnson. Swing and a miss. Gets ahead 0-2. Holland, the 8th batter of the inning. No balls and 2 strikes. Johnson shakes. Now nods his head. Time's called. And now Bowers is going to go out there and talk things over with Johnson. Special thanks to our sponsor, Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel and make sure you have an agent in your corner. Call 541-672-5701. So no balls and 2 strikes to Holland. Pitch from Johnson. Fastball outside. 1-2. Game number 1 of the doubleheader today. A lot on the line for Roseburg. If they win a game today, they'll clinch the league title. If they lose both games today, they'll end up in 2nd place. 1-2. Breaking ball just outside. 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson comes set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Johnson to leave the bases loaded. Grant's pass ties the game at 3 after a total of 4 hits in the inning. No errors and 3 left stranded. A big inning for the Cavemen to bring in 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning. And now Roseburg an opportunity to respond in the bottom of the 5th. We're headed there on the other half of this break here on 541radio.com and The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I'm confused by the huge market swings.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Do I have enough money put away to retire?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor.
They reflect a style as unique as you are. They make first impressions. They provide space, add lasting beauty, and security. Quality is a reflection of who you are. That's why all your fencing projects begin here.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Go to the bottom of the 5th, first batter for Roseburg, number 1.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Caden Austin leading things off. Special thanks to our sponsor, Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue. Jace McGowan back on the mound. The right-hander delivers a first pitch that's swung on and missed by Caden Austin. 0-1. So Austin, Burke, and St. Clair do up for the Indians. Burke chops one towards the left side. Coming in is the third baseman, Valenzuela. A tough throw to first base. It one hops into the mitt of Reese, the first baseman, for out number 1. So a leadoff ground out, 1 out, nobody on in a 3-3 ball game, bottom of the 5th. Tying the game is Grant's pass. Joey Kieran just walked in. So Kieran here as the pitch is outside. 1-0. Joey just getting back from vacation. He went out to San Diego, saw a Padres game. Joined the time off. He just wrapped up UCC baseball season. Burke flies the ball out towards left field. Going back pretty deep is Hayes. He's trying to track it down and finally finds it. An over-the-shoulder catch for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down to start this bottom of the 5th inning. 3-3 the score. Roseburg had the lead. Gave it up in the top of the 5th inning. 2 runs coming in. And now Dane St. Clair with 2 outs and nobody on. He's 1 for 2 today, a single and a pop-up. Pitch is down and away, 1-0. St. Clair flies the ball out towards center field. Powers back deep in center field. Circles under it and makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down. The Indians go in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jace McGowan, he's cruising. 3 straight, 3 up, 3 down innings, and we'll head to the 6th tied at 3. You're listening to Roseburg Baseball here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Top of the 6th inning, it is 3-2-3. Roseburg and Grants Pass today, game number 1 of the doubleheader. Got some good news over at the softball game happening between Grants Pass and Roseburg. Roseburg is leading 5-2 in the top of the 7th inning. Hopefully, the Indians can hold on for that 3-run victory in game number 1 today. But here it's a 3-3 game. It's been a good game number 1 of the doubleheader. Again, Roseburg needing to win at least one game today to clinch the league title. We'll see if they can get it done either here in game number 1 or if they'll have to do it in game number 2. Jake Johnson back on the bump, facing off against 6-7-8. Here's Trayton Powers to lead things off for Grants Pass. First pitch, Powers jammed up inside, rolls it back to Johnson. He underhands it to first base. And there is Works to retire Powers for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out to begin this top of the 6th inning. 3-3, a tie game after Grants Pass tied the game in the 5th inning. Nathan Bassett, an RBI single. Pitch in for a strike, going 1. So Braden Reese had an RBI single, and Nathan Bassett had an RBI single last inning as there's a swing and a miss by Parker Roberts. Johnson gets ahead 0-2. That's how Grants Pass tied it. Now Johnson ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Fouled off the umpire's face mask. That's got to sting. Bowers goes out to talk things over with Johnson as the umpire needs a second to catch his breath. Even though he has the face mask, that's a lot of power heading right towards your face. Could certainly get whiplash, but double thumbs up from the home plate umpire. Special thanks to our sponsor, McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection, plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Stop by on West Harvard Avenue. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped, down and low and away. So no balls and 2 strikes. Roberts a strikeout and a ground out so far. 0-2 to him. Dribbles it towards the left side. Charging in is Burke. A tough play. He throws it to first base. It was a bullet and he beat him. Bang, bang play. And Burke just got it. I mean, he hummed it over there. Heck of a throw for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down to start this top of the 6th inning. Baden Morris out of the plate. First pitch, Morris takes a curveball for a strike on the inside part of the plate, 0-1. Strikeout and a single with a run scored today for Morris, the shortstop. The 0-1 freezes him. It's a fastball in the middle of the zone. No balls in, 2 strikes. Johnson looking for his 10th strikeout. Trying to get back to double-digit Ks for the 3rd straight start. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, and it's fouled away towards the right field side. We'll do the 0-2 again. 3-3 the score. Nobody on, 2 outs. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 10 for Jake Johnson on senior day. 3 up, 3 down, the Cavemen go in the top half of the 6th inning, and now the Indians look to take the lead in the bottom half of the 6th in a tie game. We'll see what happens on the other half of this break. 3-3 here at Champion Car Wash Field on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
In today's big box store, how-to YouTube video world, it is hard to do it yourself. If you're fixing your fence or putting in a new one, the only place to start is Quality Fence. We stock almost anything you need and take the time to show you how to really do it yourself. Visit the Quality Fence showroom in Roseburg and get great fencing ideas at QualityFenceCo.com.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
3-3 the score in the bottom of the 6th inning. Roseburg coming up to hit. Special thanks to our sponsor, Gibbs RV Superstore. You gotta get to Gibbs, as well as Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson and Company, member SIPC. Indians coming up to hit. 3-4-5 meeting the order. Cal Robbins, Jake Johnson, and Luke Robbins due up against Jace McGowan. The right-hander still out there dealing for Grant's pass. He delivers a first pitch that's called a strike, 0-1. McGowan has been pretty solid since the first inning. He's settled in. He hasn't allowed a hit since the first. Just 1 base runner. The 0-1 pitch. Robbins grounds it foul to the first base side, 0-2. So he has not allowed a hit or a base runner. He's faced the minimum since the first inning. 7 batters came to the plate, and then the 8th batter flew out. Since that point, he's sat them all down in order. No balls in, 2 strikes to Robbins. The pitch, fastball up and away, 1-2. Robbins reached on an error in the first inning, popped up the first base in the 3rd. He's 0 for 2 after his 4 for 4 day on Tuesday against South Eugene. 1-2 pitch. Robbins grounds it hard towards second. Tough play for Holland, but he fields it and throws to first base. Out number 1. So 1 out, nobody on for Jake Johnson.
Next batter, number 17, Jake Johnson.
Trying to get something going offensively, help himself out on the mound. Roseburg would love to win 7 innings. Try to take the lead before the top of the 7th. Not have to worry about trying to walk it off. First pitch, Johnson takes a strike. 0-1. Low fastball, Johnson today. RBI single in the first, pop up in the 3rd. 0-1 pitch. Johnson, chopper to 3rd. Over the head of Valenzuela, off his mitt, and it rolls down the left field line. Johnson headed to second base. He's going to get there standing up safely. It's a 1-out double, and the Indians have the winning run in scoring position, go-ahead run in scoring position. And now Riley Cheney out to pinch run for Johnson.
Running for Johnson, Riley Cheney to second base.
So 1 out, a runner in scoring position for Roseburg. And now Luke Robbins comes to the plate. Robbins to the plate. Danner Wirtz on deck. Morris holding at second. First pitch, Robbins up and inside. He checked the swing and he did not go around. 1-0. Luke, a single in the first, a strikeout in the third. 3-3 with a runner at second and one out in the bottom of the sixth. 1-0, grounded towards the left side. Morris fields the shortstop, guns it to first, and retires Robbins for out number 2. Johnson advances to third. Make that Cheney advances to third.
Batter's number 20, Danner Wirtz.
So 2 outs, a runner at third base, and now Danner Wirtz, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, trying to come through here for Roseburg. First pitch, grounds the ball to left side. Diving play at third by Valenzuela. He gets up off the turf. The throw gets past the first baseman, Reese. Wirtz goes to second and the Indians lead 4-3. Would have been a phenomenal play defensively for Valenzuela after he dove towards his left and threw it to first base, but the air puts the Indians on top 4-3. It was a tough play for Reese at first base, who was lunging forward and then had to kind of lunge backwards after the ball bounced off the ground. They're going to have a replacement runner out there now. Zeb Johnson out there. But wow, Roseburg leads by 1. In the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs and now a runner in scoring position at second. First pitch, Black pops it up to the first base side and it's out of play. 0-1. Whew. Catching our breath here at Champion Car Wash Field. So Cheney in to score from third. Indians leading by 1. A.J. Black an RBI single in the first and a ground out to the pitcher in the fourth. 0-1. Black grounds the ball up the middle. It's off the middle, Holland, but he keeps it from going into the outfield. So it would have been a tough play for the second baseman to even beat the runner in Black at first base. It'll go down as a hit for Roseburg.
Batter number 2, Fletcher Coleman.
So now runners on the corners. 4-3. Fletcher Coleman now coming up to hit. And McGowan stepped off the mound, lunged towards third base, did not throw. So Zeb Johnson at third. Pitch is outside. 1-0. And A.J. Black is at first base. Coleman today 0 for 2, a fly out to left field and a ground out to second. The 1-0. In the zone for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Indians would love some extra separation. 1-1. Coleman takes up and away. 2-1. Entering this inning, the second through 5th inning, McGowan had faced the minimum, retired the first batter of the inning. A double by Jake Johnson, a ground out by Robbins advanced him to third. And then the air allowed the go-ahead run to come in and score for Roseburg. 2-1. Coleman fouls it away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last year, Roseburg went 1-2 against Grants Pass. They're already 1-0 on the season against the Cavemen. They lead by 1 late, and if they win this game 1, they'll clinch the league title. 2-2. Coleman pops it up out towards left field. Morris, the shortstop, goes out towards left field, but coming in and calling him off is Max Hayes for the final out. Roseburg scores a run after 2 hits and air, and 2 left stranded. We're headed to the top of the 7th inning. The score is Roseburg 4, Grants Pass 3. The Indians trying to close it out in 7 on the other half of this break here on 541radio.com. And the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Always handled my own finances, but I need help.
Get a better understanding of your finances. At Palm Wealth Management, we care about your priorities and help restore financial security. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
How should I be investing my money?
Plan for your future with confidence. At Palm Wealth Management, we'll help you see a clear path to financial peace of mind. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Quality Fences, doing it right for you. Just ask your neighbor. Quality Fences, doing it right for you.
Top of the 7th inning, Roseburg leading 4-2-3. Special thanks to our sponsor, Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports, as well as Quality Fence, doing it right for you. Call 541-664-2281 or visit qualityfencego.com. Ben Childers leading things off, followed by Evan Valenzuela and Braden Reese. Batters 9, 1, and 2. Jake Johnson back on the mound. The senior on senior day, looking to close it out for Roseburg with the Indians leading by 1. First pitch to Childers is taken for a strike. Fastball in the inside part of the plate, 0-1. Childers a double and a strikeout today. Johnson has thrown 6 innings and has 10 strikeouts. 3 straight double-digit strikeout performances for Johnson as he misses upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jake Wines delivers. Fastball just misses the zone, maybe a little bit low. 2 balls and a strike to Childers. An error by Grants Pass in the bottom of the 6th allowed Roseburg to take the lead. 2-1 pitch. Popped in the air and it's out of play, foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Grants Pass scored 2 runs in the top of the 5th inning before Roseburg retook the lead in the bottom of the 6th. 2-2. High. Fastball. Full count. Grants Pass took an early 1-0 lead in the first. Roseburg scored 3 runs in the bottom of the first. That remained the score through 4. And it's been back and forth since. Payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Rings him up. Strikeout number 11 for Johnson. Back-to-back strikeouts dating back to last inning. Evan Valenzuela will come up to the plate. Tim Sestair, the assistant coach for Roseburg, directing the defense. Valenzuela today has a single in his last at-bat, a strikeout and a walk and a run scored before it. Takes pitch outside, 1-0. He has 2 runs scored today, 1 in the 5th and then 1 in the 1st. 1-0 pitch. Looks at it high. 2 balls and no strikes. So 1 out, nobody on. 4-3. Roseburg with the lead in the top of the 7th. 2 outs away from clinching the league title. 2-0. Fastball. Inside part of the plate, 2-1. Been a great game number 1. Game number 2 coming up after this one. 2-1. A little bit low. 3-1. Roseburg entered the day number 5 in the OSAA power rankings. Grants Pass a top 20 team. An opportunity for Roseburg to also stack their resume before the postseason. 3-1. Outside. It's a walk. It's the second walk given up by Johnson today. 3rd if you count an intentional walk that will be credited to him. And now the tying run is at first base. And Dominguez is going to go out there and run for Valenzuela.
Dominguez running at first base. The batter number 15, Braden Reese.
So here's Reese with Dominguez at first base. We'll see if he's on the move. Bowers has an excellent arm behind the plate. First pitch to the left-handed hitter. Breaking ball below the knees on the inside corner. 1 ball and no strikes to Reese. Strikeout, ground out, and an RBI single. Throw back towards first base, and back there safely is the runner in Dominguez. Roseburg this season has turned 10 double plays. Be a great spot for number 11. Fastball called to strike, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike. Johnson looks towards first, and now comes set. 1-1 pitch. Fastball in the zone. 1-2. Johnson had 12 strikeouts against North Bedford 2 weeks ago. It was a career high and has an opportunity to match it here. Throw back towards first base, and diving back there safely is Dominguez. But Johnson is ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. As he dangles the right arm. Looks towards first and comes set. Gets the grip and lets rip. Swing and a miss. Throw back towards first base. The tag just a little late. But Johnson gets his 12th strikeout to tie his career high. And now 2 outs in a 1-run game in the top of the 7th.
Batter number 6, Jace McGowan.
And Jace McGowan will come to the plate. He's been the kryptonite today for Roseburg. And Jake Johnson. RBI triple in the first, a double in the fourth. Intentionally walked his last time up. Can he slay the demon? First pitch. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Dominguez leads off from first. No balls and a strike. The pitch from Johnson. A little bit low. Gets past Bowers. He picks it up, and there's not going to be a throw to second. Ooh. It gets more intense. Tying runner in scoring position. One ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Grounded to up the middle. Diving play by Burke. He knocks it down. He saves a run, but it's a single for Jace McGowan. The tying run is at third base. Runners on the corners. 2 outs. Top of the 7th. And the Indians just need 1 more out to claim the league title and win this game number 1 of the doubleheader. Now Steve Patterson's going to go out there and talk things over with the infield and Johnson. Special thanks to our sponsor, Southern Septic Service. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered. When it comes to septic tank plumbing and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning, Southern Septic Service is women and veteran owned and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. 4-3, Roseburg with the lead in the top of the 7th inning. 2 outs, runners on the corners for Grants Pass with Nathan Bassett coming up to the hit. Bassett, a strikeout in the first, a pop-up in the fourth. And now the cleanup hitter, with his last AB being an RBI single, tries to replicate it here against Roseburg. With 2 outs in the top of the 7th, Indians 1 out away from victory. First pitch from Johnson. Breaking ball, called a strike. 0-1. Johnson comes set. The 0-1 pitch. Grounded towards the right side. Picking it up is Austin. He goes to first. The Indians will win the Southwest Conference. Jake Johnson complete game. And Roseburg wins it 4-3. It's a celebration on Senior Day as Johnson swarmed on the field, and Roseburg wins it 4-3. And a back and forth battle between Grants Pass and Roseburg. It got dicey. The tying run was at third base, but the Indians hang on for the one-run victory. And Jake Johnson ties his career high with 12 strikeouts. And he wins game number one. The Indians win it 4-3. This game was a great one. It went an hour and 29 minutes, and Roseburg's able to win it 4-3. We got game number two coming up in just a second, but we'll take a 2-minute timeout, wrap things up, and then we got that doubleheader fill segment in between. Don't go anywhere. We'll wrap things up and give you the stats from game number one here on 541radio.com and the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Roseburg wins game number one by a final score of 4-3. The party got started in the first inning. Grants Pass able to take the lead thanks to an RBI triple by Jace McGowan, the pitcher. He was excellent today at the plate. He went 3 for 3 with an intentional walk, a triple, a double, a home run away from the cycle. Nonetheless, though, they scored 1 run in the top of the first inning and then 3 runs for Roseburg in the bottom of the first, highlighted by Jake Johnson's RBI single and A.J. Black's RBI single as well. The Indians were able to score 3 runs, and then Luke Robbins also brought in his brother for an RBI single. That was the score through 4 innings, and then in the top of the 5th inning, 2 runs came in for Grants Pass on 4 hits overall. RBI single for Braden Reese and an RBI single for Nathan Bassett. Then in the bottom of the 6th inning, Roseburg took the lead thanks to an error. Evan Valenzuela made a phenomenal play, lunging towards his left, dove, got the ball, got up off the turf, and his throw went wide away from Braden Reese at first base. That allowed the replacement runner in Riley Cheney to come in and score after Jake Johnson's 1-out double. The pitcher gets the run in for Roseburg in the 6th. And Roseburg hung on in the 7th inning to win it 4-3. After Johnson picked up 2 more strikeouts in the 7th to finish his day with 12 total strikeouts, 7 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, and 12 strikeouts, a career high for Johnson. Jace McGowan was great not only at the plate but also on the mound. 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned with 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Faced the minimum innings 2 through 5 before that troublesome 6th inning with the double and then the error. Tough loss for McGowan, who picks up the loss after Johnson's win in game number 1. Roseburg wins game number 1 by a final score of 4-3. Game number 2 coming up in about a half hour or so. So Roseburg has officially clinched the league title in the Southwest Conference. They are the number 1 seed out of the Southwest Conference. They win the league title outright. They're now 12-5 in league play, and there's no way they finish worse than first as the Indians win the Southwest Conference for the first time since 2019. Congratulations to Coach Thompson and the squad. Game number 2 coming up on deck, and it's still a big one. Entering today, Grants Pass number 17 in the OSA Power Rankings, so if Roseburg can pick up back-to-back wins, they're improving their resume. Right now, OSA Power Rankings have them at number 5. If Roseburg wins both games today, maybe, who knows, maybe they're at number 4, maybe they're at number 3. We'll have to see what happens at the 6A level. But Roseburg wins game number 1, 4-3. So we'll take another 2-minute timeout if you're watching online. We'll end this live stream and then get the second live stream up and rolling in just a second. So just head over to that next video live stream. If you're listening on the radio, don't go anywhere. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, and then when we come back, we'll have that doubleheader fill segment. I'll get you caught up on what happened elsewhere in Douglas County yesterday, as well as what's happening today in Douglas County in terms of our teams around the county, as well as around the conference, in the Southwest Conference as well. I'll get you updated on that, plus the Ducks and Beavers, and an immaculate grid as well. So stick around for that. Thank you guys for listening. If you're, again, watching online, we'll have the live stream number 2 up and rolling in just a second. 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com, and the score, 92.3.